And welcome to episode 40 of Two Idiots Reading Comics. Today we're reading Absolute Carnage, and we just want to say thank y'all for listening to the show so far. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, download, rate, review, all that fun stuff. And then make sure you subscribe on YouTube, like button, all the fun algorithm stuff really helps us out. And hey, share us if you want to. Let's get into the show. And welcome to the best damn book club on the internet.
Hoorah.
This is Two Idiots Reading Comics, episode 40. And I just dropped that brand new intro on you without any heads up.
Yeah, that was a very nice cold intro there.
Yeah, trying to switch it up, bring some enthusiasm. There's definitely some times where we need to wake up before we
It
start
definitely
this shit.
sounds like we were half asleep. And
So, it's Easter weekend.
Yes.
Actually, Easter Sunday.
Easter Sunday.
This is probably the closest we've ever recorded to an episode going live.
Yeah, behind the scenes issues and work and vacations and everything else.
Well, you've got vacations.
I've got vacations.
I
'cause
apparently
like
just
my
never
time.
take
Yeah.
vacations. I just make
You're
huge
just working on a new place.
Yeah, I make huge financial commitments and freak out about them for 2 weeks. But
That's life, buddy. Welcome to the real world.
being a homeowner is not a lot of fun.
Yeah, welcome to the shit show.
But that means most of our references can actually make sense now. So,
Yeah.
WandaVision was awesome.
So far into episode 3 of Falcon Winter Soldier.
It's really good.
Yeah.
And we almost read the Isaiah Bradley story. We didn't think Disney had the balls to go there,
Nope.
but they clearly do.
They did.
That
Apparently
was an awesome
so.
Scene. Invincible's really
Invincible's
good
out,
that you
yeah.
have not watched yet.
I still haven't watched it, but I've heard it's very good.
Yeah. Boy, that warm and fuzzy feeling we had does not last for long.
Oh, that's when them's gonna hurt.
Yeah. Shit. What else? Let's get all these quick references in, so we're not 2 months behind.
NCAA tournament actually is going to finish
Tomorrow.
tomorrow. Gonzaga and Baylor.
Yep.
Hopefully Gonzaga can take a undefeated record. I think only like
Hopefully.
the fourth.
Because I win my bracket challenge and
Yeah.
some money if they do. So.
I think only like the fourth team to go undefeated.
Did you actually watch the game?
Which one?
Last night?
No, I just watched replays.
Gonzaga
Oh,
UCLA
I know, yeah,
was
OC,
probably one
yeah.
of the best basketball games I've ever seen.
Yeah, UCLA knocked Alabama out, so I've been pulling for them.
Oh.
So
If you can tell by my clothes, I don't really like Alabama.
Yeah.
So,
but I'll take the people that beat us to win the championship. Though it's not happening
you know
now.
what's crazy? This has nothing to do with comics, by the way. I'm pretty sure most people are mad we're talking about sports. But they're one of how they have like the 64 teams that make it,
All
and
right.
then they have those extra 4, and they have 2 playing games.
Yeah, they're all 10 seeds.
Yeah, UCLA was a playing team.
Oh shit, that's right.
So yeah,
At
If
11
they-
seed, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Also never understood why your playing games are a 10 and 11 seed, not 16 seeds, but
I thought about that.
that's
and,
probably
the
for a
only-
sports podcast, not here.
The only explanation I could think of was that, if you win your conference tournament, you're automatically in.
Right.
So I'm wondering, because since these are people who should make the tournament but didn't win their conference tournament, I wonder if it's like this team is better than Hodunk team that won really shitty conference tournament.
Then why not just give them the seed then? And then make 2 16s and 2 15s play in?
Because
Like, why not just...
if you win your conference championship, you're guaranteed to be in the 64.
Well, yeah. That only takes up 30 spots. If that many.
I don't know. That's the only explanation I can think of. But
Sorry.
wrong podcast. So
We digress from the entirety of our podcast.
But I think I said it already. We are reading Absolute Carnage today. And boy, does this clear up a lot of
God dang,
the issues we had with giant crossovers.
yeah, it fixes, I still don't like giant crossovers, but it does fix,
And you know what I figured out?
because when I read Venom Volume 4, that
Yeah.
ties into this one, that we'll do in 2 weeks, originally I didn't know Absolute Carnage, that we're doing today was there.
You
so
thought the Venom was the Absolute Carnage.
yeah, so I was reading it, and it's called Absolute Carnage too.
Yeah.
And I was reading it, and I'm like, this makes no fucking sense. There was nothing correlating back.
You know what's really super confusing? This is Volume 3 of Venom. We keep calling it Volume 4. It's
Yeah,
Volume 3.
because Volume 3 didn't even
Because-
count. apparently.
Yeah, the War of the Realms tie-in of which were actual Venom issues.
Yeah.
Was just Venom War of the Realms. It wasn't Volume 4 or it wasn't Volume 3 or
so this whole.
So no, we're not going to be reading Venom whatever island that is actually Volume 4.
Yeah.
So go ahead and clear that up now.
So it's
we're
reading
Venomed out right now.
This is Absolute Carnage. It was 5 issues.
Yes.
And then there's
6,
the Venom
maybe.
Absolute Carnage.
Yes.
That's both called Absolute Carnage.
Yeah.
And so there's like 12 issues that just completely tie in together.
Yeah. We just got back from
Starting
Olive Garden,
early.
and Davis has a real bad indigestion problem. But I should let that alone. I usually edit it out of the podcast. You only see it on the YouTube. Oh well, everybody's gonna hear about it now. It's in.
It is what it is.
Yeah. So I didn't take any notes. I read this all
Fucking
four.
slacker.
I read the entire
Goddamn
month
slacker.
of April within like 3 days.
Fucking
and
slacker.
So
I was diligent. I
hopefully
was on a
remember.
works job and doing my due diligence for this.
well, good. I'm glad you finally did. So
I was actually ahead of you this week for the
Oh,
first
yeah,
time
probably.
in the
Let's say,
entirety.
most of the time I show up and you have 2 books left to read, so you go ahead and credit some people.
So again, Absolute Carnage. Our writer is our wonderful author Donnie Cates, penciler Ryan Stegman, inkers J.P. May with Jay Leaston 4 and 5, and Ryan Stegman for 5. Color artist Frank Martin, flashback artists Mark Bagley and John Dale, letterer VC's Clayton Cowles. Cowles.
Actually, no.
I think it's
correct.
Cowles.
I correct you every time, but I
Yeah.
don't know if that because we had a guy that was on our football team
That was
who had
Cowles,
same name.
right?
Cowles.
Yeah.
Cowles. So I don't know.
Either way,
He letters a lot.
yeah. But I think he's done everything Venom so far,
That makes
and some
sense.
other, and I think we've seen him in some other stuff too.
He was always popping up on things I read. Which, go ahead and address it now. That show is not where I wanted it to be. It seemed like a good idea in my head, and it didn't have good execution, and so I just kind of stopped it. Maybe one day it can come back if I can figure out how to make it better. But let's be honest, it kind of sucked.
But and my thing with it, and I'm glad you tried something new, but you just end up reading the same. You just end up sitting there reading the same issues.
Yeah.
Every few weeks,
Mm-hmm.
because there's only so many things that are out there that are starting from scratch that you can kind of keep up with without jumping into something that's in issue 40
everyone
or 30.
knows, I hate jumping in right in the middle. So,
and then you lose everything, and it just kind of
But if we can find something that works, we'll try to make some more content. But let's just be happy we made it to episode 40.
Yeah. And with y'all's help, we can make it for longer and keep going. And again, let us know how we're doing. If we're awful, let us know that we're awful. We'll try to fix it. If we're doing good, let us know. Or just
let us know if we need to move on with our life.
Yeah.
I don't know. This one I always have fun with. So
Yeah.
This one might go for a while.
But I guess we're long into this and we hadn't even started the issue.
Set might change soon too. I know the couch is changing.
Couch might be changing.
We might go to that table though.
Might go to a
Y'all
table.
can stop seeing our pasty, nasty legs.
If we can get the camera angles right, we might go to the table.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. But we'll let you know, and always look forward to something new. So come join us. Let everybody else know that what we're doing.
Yeah. And all of our friends that listen to make fun of us, thank you for downloading.
You're interacting. We'll take it.
Yeah.
So what did you think about this?
I thought it was really good. Like, as someone who has read the majority of this entire Venom run, I like that it all has been, like, everything leading up to King in Black is literally, hey, Nola's coming.
Yeah.
Like, even the next few story arcs are like that. And so when you get to King in Black, which I've read, and I know you said you hadn't started yet because
I wanted to finish. I wanted to get to it because we've read so much of it. I want to get to it so it's not.
And that he's like, it's kind of like Thanos in the MCU where we just tease it and tease it and tease it enough. Eventually, he's gonna get there.
Yeah.
And they're doing a good enough job to where like he deserved all this teasing and building up.
Well, cool.
He's not failing the hype they gave him, or however you would phrase
something
that.
I wanted to. Thor was supposed to be a big deal in Null, or in the King in Black, and they really made a big deal about it in War of the Realms.
Yes, he was,
and then
that was also a Thor storyline.
True, but then they also in the and when the new Thor run was coming out with not Donny Cates, who's writing it?
Donny Cates.
Yeah, Donny Cates. Yeah, they were also hinting that Thor and that it's all gonna combine.
Yeah,
we're in issue 11, and they haven't. And issue 11 comes out, or 12 comes out this week or this month, and he's not gonna go deal with Null.
I'm gonna be honest. I think they just told that so people
will go
buying everything.
Dang it.
He does appear in King in Black.
Yeah, I know he
but
appears.
But the Thor storyline has not addressed King in Black at all yet.
No, because I'm reading that. I'm caught up, and he's doing this whole.
I still need to read issue 11 that came out recently.
He's doing this whole other story arc with his,
which is
alter
really
ego.
good.
Oh yeah, it's great. But
yeah.
the whole time I've been reading, I'm like, all right, when's it going to cross? When is the jumping point?
He's already shown up in King in Black.
Yeah, so
but it completely ignored the Thor storyline.
Fucking crossovers.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh well.
How'd you ruin your day?
A little bit. I ain't gonna stop reading them, but still. I really like this because I know Carnage has been around for a long time, and apparently it's all been around forever. It's just finally getting this updo. But this really the Absolute Carnage focusing on Carnage.
Yeah.
Was really nice. Because again, we've read so much about Eddie and Dylan, and
for sure,
this time we get to see Cletus Kasady just fucking shit up.
Norman Osborn.
Yeah, Normie.
Well, I didn't know that happened to Norman Osborn about him apparently thinking he's Cletus or whatever.
Right. The Carnage symbiote just completely fucked his brain up.
Yeah. And so
again, which then
basically
once it was
turned
alpha,
into
just really fucked him up.
Turns into Cletus Jr. and now you have two of basically the same madmen running around.
Just absolute fucking psychopaths. So all right, so this also addresses the issue that we had when we originally read Venom without knowing what happened in Absolute Carnage.
Oh yeah, his
the symbiote
in volume 2 where the symbiote walks off.
Yep.
Yeah.
So in this one, the symbiote shows back up. He's been following Eddie and Dylan.
Yeah, basically watching over.
Cletus apparently shoves Eddie and Dylan without the symbiotes into the train.
Yeah.
And the symbiote
pops out
up the train.
Yeah.
And then tries to tell the cops to calm down, don't shoot anybody, don't hurt anybody when they just fucked up the subway train.
Yeah.
And killed God knows how many.
Now, jumping forward, this is something I'm a little fuzzy on, because Carnage takes the Venom symbiote away from Eddie.
All right,
and then he gets that like conglomerate of the Maker had all the.
He had all the
codexes,
the Life Foundation's codexes, and Captain America's Wolverine,
and the things,
and
Norman
Osborn's
Yeah.
Child's symbiote. Yeah.
Harry's
that Maker said he was destroying, but then
was actually keeping for himself,
which we'll talk about in the Venom in 2 weeks.
So is going forward after Absolute Carnage, does he have the Life Foundation symbiote suit?
All right.
Or does he get his back?
Venom?
Yeah.
All right. So at the end, Cletus gives Eddie two choices. Because all the symbiotes have been found. And apparently he didn't have to get all of them. He just needed
enough. I remember that.
And Cletus has Venom's symbiote. Eddie jumps in, gets all the life in us the Maker took away. Once that happens, Eddie's superpowered and Cletus is superpowered now. They need one more bonding. And it's either taking Dylan, who is a living symbiote, which we'll address later, or Eddie destroys Cletus. And in doing, when Eddie destroys Cletus, he absorbs everything. which awakens,
so gets Venom back,
which he gets everything back.
But he is the one that instead of Carnage,
he unlocked
waking up Null,
right.
He woke up. Okay,
which was a lose-lose.
Yeah,
Cletus was winning either way. Null was coming out.
Yeah,
the only way it was going to happen was if to not release Null was to Eddie to take Dylan and run.
Yeah. All right, I guess I had misunderstood that whole situation. But
so all that needed to happen was one more fusing, and when Eddie defeated Cletus and took all the symbiotes back, it unlocked Null.
Gotcha. That's fucking wild.
Yeah,
that ending just got better in my head. So.
Yeah. And then so at the volume 2 before War of the Realms.
Yeah, volume 2.
When Venom was just a symbiote, he had no mind, no nothing.
Yeah.
This did address the fact that when he was off by himself fighting the Dark Elves, that when they bonded him with the dark magic, he got sword. He got all of his memories back.
Oh, cool.
So that's because it's symbiote bonded with dark magic that brought it back to its understanding.
Sounds like I should have taken notes.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah, probably.
But it also, it gives the symbiote, because you know how in the beginning he was there, and then they had the whole issue where Eddie dislodged, where they separated because Venom actually had some mind but didn't really want to do anything. Now it is 100% there. Like, it doesn't remember anything else because they haven't bonded with the other codices. But now it can talk. They can have a real conversation about what's going on.
Yeah, because I thought he was a little. And when we get to the continuous this month with Venom, I thought he was a little more talkative.
Yeah.
In those Venom issues,
you can really see that when Miles Morales, Spider-Man, and Scorpion are fighting the horde of zombies.
Did you know Scorpion ever fused with a symbiote?
Dude, I didn't know half these people fused with the symbiote. I didn't know that this many people
that get the symbiote and picks the thing.
And then we'll get to the other crazy symbiote crossover that I really liked. Hang on. We'll get there.
Is it in this episode?
Yeah, it's in this. Yeah, it's in this one.
It was for Venom.
But what was crazy was I didn't realize that the symbiote had this big of a crossover with everything. There's hordes of people that are piled up and buried.
Yeah, that was a whole town. I think that was
there was the town.
Yeah.
And then there was another horde of bodies that was found.
I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Hordes of bodies and hordes
there was also that scene where...
because he thought Anne was in that pile.
Yeah, that was the town from
was that the
Web
town
of Venom or whatever. Or, Web of Venom.
Okay, that'd make more sense.
Yeah.
That'd make more sense.
But that whole town apparently was from a previous story years ago.
That's where it affected
Carnage
the
took
Avengers.
over an entire
and that
town.
affected the Avengers, and I think the Thing and the Wolverine, I guess, were on the Avengers at that time.
That would make sense.
No. My favorite symbiote thing was Venom fusing with the Hulk.
Yeah, that was
fucking
that's
wild.
What I figured. That was really cool. Although, it didn't seem to make him that much stronger.
It did, because when Hulk punches Carnage for the first time, Carnage has his head snapped in half.
True.
And he turns back around and goes, "That actually hurt." He acknowledges is that I actually felt that. Yeah. Where everybody else is, where it really tells you how strong the Absolute Carnage or Cletus Kasady is the fact that even when Venom and Eddie were punching the shit out of him, wasn't doing nothing.
Yeah. No, what was making me, I was like, can we just get him fully? Because it was almost like Venom wasn't big enough to fit all the way around the whole.
Yeah. So it was this
can
green
we just get him
and
fully
black.
venomized?
Yeah. Though I liked the black and green. I liked it kind of being torn and jagged. It was kind of almost like the Hulk still trying to refuse.
Well, that final battle between Eddie, when he had all the symbiotes, and then Cletus Kasady, and they're punching each other, and they're literally tearing the symbiote off each other.
Yeah.
There's scenes where Eddie's eyes, you can plainly see.
Yeah, and then Cletus' scarred face and his it is cool.
The art is really cool, and colors.
What was disgusting really cool. Was visually disgusting was when Cletus Kasady is walking through the prison to go get Norman Osborn.
Yeah, Norman.
I keep calling Norman. That's the kid.
Normie's the kid. Yeah.
Norman Osborn. He's pulling symbiotes out of his stomach.
Yeah.
and they're just like, and he just throws them
on
throws
people.
them in the cells,
Yeah.
and just the idea, he just tears his stomach.
Yeah.
That was kind of freaky looking.
Yeah.
But
I won't go too much deeper just because I'm starting to bleed the
I
venom
know.
in. So
That's why I'm not like the Maker. We'll talk about the Maker. I guess
Maker was
in
definitely
Venom.
more venom. Which I mean, we're at 23 minutes now, so if we, is there anything specifically
that's what
Absolute Carnage?
Scorpion got fucked up, gets his back ripped out, and just. That was another time that Venom, the symbiote, started to have its own thinking.
Yeah.
Was he wanted to kill Norman Osborn right then and there.
And he was having to tell him
and
no.
Eddie, it was either kill Norman Osborn or go get Scorpion. And Eddie chose Scorpion, and Venom just stays there.
Yeah.
And Eddie's running away, and it's like, fuck. Like, and then that's when later on, Eddie refuses to kill again.
Yeah.
And Venom's like, fine, I'll find somebody stronger. And goes after the fuck.
Yeah.
And that's why he went to the Hulk. Because Eddie was so worried about Dylan, he wouldn't take the step to go after Cletus.
Yeah. And Dylan's got a big secret that comes up in Venom.
Oh yeah.
But I guess we should save the rest for the
That's what I'm looking at,
continuous.
because the rest of this all has to deal with the fight scene at the Maker's lab.
There's a lot of big fight scenes in
Eddie, and then the big thing here is it showed Wolverine. Let's see, it's Wolverine, Captain America, the Thing, and there was a fourth one. Wolverine, the Thing, Captain America. I guess there's just three of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think
And then Bruce was there.
I mean, Spider-Man.
Yeah, but they never showed Spider-Man get in the machine.
I think they made
because
some
Spider-Man
deal
and
about
Eddie
it.
stay out.
Yeah, because they're, I guess,
Because
they're the most familiar with the symbiotes or something.
And once
like
the
that.
guys go in, they're weak coming out because it's been literally ripped from their bodies.
Yeah.
How Carnage got Hulk, got the suit, got Venom off of Hulk, shot barbs into the Hulk's skull.
Oh yeah, turned him back into Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, and was flipping him back and forth, and finally just rips the suit off of him.
Yeah.
That was whoa.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about Dylan.
Yeah, I think the rest is for Venom. Because we're going to have to go on a long tangent about how we don't like crossover. That's for another episode. But,
yeah, that's it.
But,
yeah, that's the
look
biggest
at
part.
you taking the reins for a little bit there, hosting the episode. I was wondering, I was like, Davis has eventually got to start coming out of his shell a little bit.
But I really,
you do seem more comfortable today.
Yeah,
cool.
I enjoyed this one. It was really, I like seeing the darker side of Cletus and the symbiote side.
I think there's a ton of it, and I think that's going to be the Venom 2 movie is going to have Carnage in it. At least that's what they
but it's
teased.
not going to be like, it won't be this.
Yeah. Well,
but
obviously it's going to be.
I still haven't even seen the
Sony's
first
gonna
one.
make it. You
seen
haven't?
I still haven't seen the first one.
It's decent.
Because I don't know where
it's no
it is.
MCU movie.
It's on Stars.
Because it's Sony.
Yeah, it's on Stars. But yeah, again, I mean, you had Cletus, you had Clayton Cowles doing the lettering, and I think Frank Martin's been doing all of Venom stuff. Let's see.
No, it's Ryan Stegman.
Has been we got inkers. Then what's the color artist do?
Oh, color does they do all the colors, obviously.
Okay, then was the inker? Isn't the inker color too?
The
Or is he just the mouth?
ink is literally just all the black in there.
Oh yeah, I'll have some.
Pencils,
Yeah,
you
number
got-
4.
got
Our
pencils,
next
ink.
next Venom. I wasn't a fan of some of the artistry in that one, and they
I think I know what
changed
you're
up.
talking about.
They changed up the guys there.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I liked
Hmm.
the whole thing, and this one was good. I enjoyed this one a lot. If it wasn't a crossover, it'd probably be my top 5.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't think. I mean,
If it
thought it
wasn't
was
a
good.
crossover, if it would have just been one fluid thing,
yeah.
it would have probably been a top 5. But with it having
Damn.
to read another one to fill in, that really throws it down the list for me.
I got you.
But
Which, by the way, we're coming up on a full year,
holy shit!
and I think we're gonna try to do a top 10 video.
If we're gonna do a
Your
top
top
10,
10
we
and
need
my
to do it
top
with
10?
50, and not try to get all the way to 100.
What do you mean?
Like we had talked about doing it at when we hit episode 100. We do
No, it's gonna be
everything.
52.
I'll take it then, because that'd be better.
Because
Because
it's
I
gonna be
can
a full
keep
year.
up with 50. I can keep up with 50 better than I can keep up with.
All you have to do is go to our YouTube page and just scroll the videos.
That's true.
Yeah.
My top 5's changed a lot since we've been reading.
Yeah. But that does it for this week.
Yeah.
Next week, read Flashpoint.
Hoorah. I like
Yeah.
We'll have some comments.
Okay.
I will get into it.
All right. I thought it was pretty good. But
Oh, yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
But I had some comments about it.
all right, cool. Well, we'll save that for next week.
Heck yeah.
All right.
So come join us again.
Yeah. And we'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.